Bissouma. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get... Johnson! Mathias Cunha. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Mazraoui. Chance! Oh, that is rather wayward. I'm not sure what happened there, Peter. Did he get the caught admiring his own first touch, maybe? Kudus. Danso forwards and with intent. Johnson succumbs to the pressure. Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Mathias Cunha. Shaw. Kudus. Koulibaly. Kudus. Shaw. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Clearly not happy with that. Danso. Udogi. Danso. Udogi. It's Kudus. Pedro Porro. Bissouma. Johnson. Defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Well, I think that move petered out due to a lack of urgency. There was no cutting edge. Knocks it out wide. Oh, it's come loose! Romero did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Bissouma. Johnson. Kudus. Brennan Johnson. Out to the right. That's tidy. That is good strength. Looking for a decent ball in. Might be danger here. Johnson. That's very neat. Bissouma played out towards the right wing. João Palhinha. Ugarte does really well to win the ball there. That's a little off target. Van de Ven. Bissouma. Van de Ven gently done. Pedro Porro. And it's Kudus. Johnson. Bissouma. His physical challenge. And here's Koulibaly. Shapes to shoot! Oh, that was no routine save. Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. Vicious ball here. been taken short. And that has been clubbed away. There's Rawi. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Maguire moved on forwards. That's a good run down the left. Aimed in towards the centre. And that has been cleared. That's an excellent interception. Johnson. Bissouma. Romero. Pedro Porro. Romero. Danso. João Palhinha. Kudus. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. There's Rawi. Shaw chooses to go cross-field. It'll be a throw-in. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. It's Torre. Bissouma. Kudus. Bissouma. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Danso. Udogi. Bissouma. Johnson. Pedro Porro. Brennan Johnson. Great defending, strong and determined. Johnson really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Casemiro. Rajrawi. Agata. Rajrawi. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Tries a deft little ball. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Disappointed with that. Maguire. Shaw. Agata. Casemiro. That's a dangerous ball. And he's heaved it away. De Ligt. Agata. Rajrawi. Agata. Spread out to the left. Shaw with the cross. Bissouma trying to keep this in. Diving header! Harmlessly behind. I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter. Kudus, Bissouma, Udogi. Danso aimed forwards. Pedro Porro. It's a good run down the right. Danso. And it's Kudus. Played out wide. Pedro Porro. Hit into the middle. De Ligt attempts a clearance. towards the other side. Shaw. Ashrawi. Bruno Fernandes. Ashrawi. Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Casemiro. Danso. Udogi. Kudus. João Palhinha. Pedro Porro. Romero. Right over towards the opposite flank. João Palhinha. Kudus. Casemiro wins the duel this time. Bruno Fernandes. Ashrawi looks to the other side. Mathias Cunha. It's Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes. And he thumps it clear. Going to throw in. Shaw has it in a wide position. He's had a shot! Oh, that probably deserved better.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area, plenty of movement too. João Palhinha. Udogi.
To step in there, that was more than necessary. Mathias Cunha. That's surely a foul, free kick.
Really are pushing their fullbacks forward now.
Aiming to do what?
Well, it's a case of engaging your opponents further up the pitch to take the sting out of opposition attacks. It's effectively a wide press. Bruno Fernandes.
Mathias Cunha.
Kudus.
Now it's Colomboani. It's Porro. Nice control. Nicely intercepted. Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United are already chasing the game. Long time to go.
Look, they've simply been punished for a sleepy start. Time for that wake-up call.
Bissouma. Romero. There'll be a throw-in. Maguire. And he goes cross-field. Manchester United already required to chase the game. Mazraoui looks to the other side. Now who's going to be first to this? There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Bissouma. Kudus. And here's Kudus. Here it is. And the finish! It didn't come off, but an audacious effort.
Well, he clearly felt that he was entitled to try that, and I'm inclined to agree with him. There wasn't anything else on.
It's really well manoeuvred. Bissouma. Brennan Johnson. This looks promising. Oh, what a climb! Didn't quite good enough on that.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Matheus Cunha. Deftly away. Romero. And it's played forward. Johnson. Udogu. Playing cross-field, changing the point of attack. Romero. Brennan Johnson. Bissouma. Picks it up out wide. De Ligt tries to clear. Through. Plenty waiting in the middle. And it's Porro. Pedro Porro puts them all in. Looking ball that. Ugarte shifted upfield. Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. Shaw. Defending of the desperate variety. Ugarte. Oh, this is a very good run. Bissouma did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Matheus Cunha. The pass is intercepted. Now then, the ball's come loose. Kudus. Udogu. Danso. João Palhinha. Kudus. Pedro Porro. Bissouma. Bissouma, gently done. Shaw clears it away. Pedro Porro. That's good play. A chance to play it in. Played out to the right. Pedro Porro. Oh, it's played into the area. Palhinha, no. Again, there's no way through. Udogu. And it's Kudus. Kudus. It's run loose here. Shaw herring after the ball here. Kudus. Great chance! Ugato. Played towards the other side. Mazraoui. Mazraoui tries making a foray down the right. Mazraoui. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance. João Palhinha. Udogi. Kudus. And it's Udogi. Udogi gets a cross in. And the keeper has it. Ugato. Maguire chooses to go cross-field. Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. Shaw. Ugato. Matheus Cunha. Played into space. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Mazraoui showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Danso. Kudus. Proves too strong. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. Maguire. And it's Shaw. Johnson is the guilty party there. He is shown a yellow card. Danso can get it clear. Colomwani goes on a charge down the left. Udogi. João Palhinha. Colomwani. Muscular approach does pay off here. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes, oh, smashing header! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Any better, Peter? Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Brennan Johnson. Nice defending, physical and effective. Martinez. It's really well manoeuvred. Mazraoui. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui, and that's aimed into the middle. Udogi. through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Van der Beek. João Palhinha. Udogi. Kudus. Pedro Porro. Brennan Johnson. Matheus Cunha. Ashrawi. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Kudus. João Palhinha. Johnson. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now this could be a chance.
Colomwani really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Johnson. And here's Colomwani. Kudus! Maguire. Shaw. Manchester United can't make any sort of inroad despite all this possession. Head over towards the opposite flank. Ugarte. Shaw. Now it's Matheus Cunha! Tries to get it clear. Lovely bit of skill. Ugarte. Such a clever touch. Oh, look at the space here. Pedro Porro forwards and with intent. Out to the left it goes. And here's Kudus. Nice physical challenge. Udogi has been caught there, it's a foul. He's going to have his name taken. Shaw gets good distance on it. And it's played forward. Maguire chooses to go cross-field. Martinez. That is a brilliant interception. Udogi. Van der Beek. Pedro Porro. Shaw. momentum, lacking thrust. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Bruno Fernandes. Out towards the flank. Back into the middle. And he cuts out the supply. Kudus. Johnson. And here's Colomwani. And he's away. Colomwani has got himself a free kick. Johnson! They've played it short. Brennan Johnson. And a chance! Johnson. Nice interception, well timed. Now it's Matheus Cunha. And it's Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Oh, sweet feet. Deep cross. Cleared without complication. It's Colomwani. Pedro Porro. Colomwani, oh, good spread. Colomwani finds himself offside. Ball by the goalkeeper. Danso cuts out the pass. Pedro Porro. João Palhinha. Udogi. Colomwani! And for sure, that was not one of his best. Colomwani really looked sharp out there. That first touch, sensational. To lift, aim forwards. Martinez. And towards the other side. Nasraoui. Casemiro. Ugarte. Moved on forwards. Just ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Pedro Porro. And it's Porro. Showing good feet. Tight to deliver. Nice touch. Pedro Porro tries across. He's there to get rid. Caresses it through. A throw. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Looks to the other side. Nasraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Bissouma. central column. Kudus. And here's Colomwani. Colomwani laid out towards the right wing. Bissouma. Kudus. Bissouma. There are a few waiting for it. First time shot! No, not this time.
Manchester United, well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Sandro Martinez, and goes crossfield. And it's Kudus. Great defending, strong and determined. Manchester United disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Johnson. Udogi. Kudus. Casemiro wins the duel this time. Found support out wide. Mazraoui is offering some sort of an apology there.
Oh, he made it look a bit predictable.
Johnson. And here's Kudus. And it's Udogi. Decent finish. Sandro Martinez, gently down. Gata. Maguire. Shaw. Matches Cunha. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Johnson. Jalpania. Kudus. Over to the left. Just caressing the ball. And that has been cleared. Matches Cunha. Shaw. Matches Cunha. Ugarte. Ugarte chooses to go cross-field. Bruno Fernandes. To the right. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Alinia getting this one clear. Proves too strong. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Sure. That's going to go a long way. foul mark. Johnson. And here's Colomwani! He has found him in acres of space. Can he deliver? And it's Bissouma. Palhinha. And here's Colomwani! Trying to keep this alive. Could be danger here. Mathias Cunha. Shaw. Doggy attempts a clearance. Lisandro Martinez have it back and can go again. The defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
He just needed to be quicker then. This defence won't give you time to second-guess yourself.
Bissouma, and it's Kudus. Palhinha. Played out wide. And it's cleared by the keeper. Ugarte. Shaw. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui. Oh, that's meat. That's a foul. Free kick's been given. It's an imaginative pass. Shaw. Bissouma does really well to win the ball there. Johnson. Ugarte. Options before the ball was lost. Easy to save him up here, I know. Done so. Van der Ven forwards and with intent. Pedro Porro. It's a promising run he's making on the right. Brennan Johnson. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And it's played forward. Pedro Porro. And claimed it back swiftly. And it's Kudus. Bissouma. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Martinez played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Calmly anticipates. Palhinha. Kudus. It's Johnson. It's Okoro. Oh, that's nice. Isuma. Flipped into space. Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes. That's really well manoeuvred. Mathias Cunha. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Udogi. Kudus. Now it's Colum, gets the shot away! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, he clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Shaw. And it's Masraoui. Casemiro. Well, that is a Mathias Cunha! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Udogi. Romero, aim forwards. Bruno Fernandes. That's a nicely weighted pass. That is not the best ball. He offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, Leo, and they have every right to be.
They've seen lots of the ball. Time to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. Johnson. Brennan Johnson succumbs to the pressure. Casemiro. Martinez. Played towards the other side. Shaw. And it's Masraoui. Very nicely done. Kudus. Udogi. Lovely. Kudus. Here's Johnson. Real chance! That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, he may have snatched it by a bit, even though it was quite close.
Lisandro Martinez, played over towards the opposite flank. Shaw. Maguire. Shaw. Maguire. Shaw. Maguire. Barton. And it's Shaw. And they've got a throw. No messing about, just cushioned away. Oh, such a clever touch. Played into the middle. Alinia getting this one clear. Oh, that's neat. Receives it in a good position here. Cross goes in there. Oh, that is clearly overhit. Lisandro Martinez looks to the other side. Casemiro, Ugarte, Casemiro, Ugarte, and it's Shaw. Oh, that's nice. Kudus, Udogi, Joao Palhinha. Now it's Colomwani. Oh, well played. He's had a shot! It's really well cleared. And he's managed to get free. Spread out to the left. Matches Cunha. He's in here! Ugarte. Ball is over the line. And it's Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro wins the duel this time. Matches Cunha. Over to the left. Shaw. Ugarte. Casemiro. Played out to the right. Mazraoui. There's the delivery. Kudus has created one goal already. Bissouma. Johnson. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Romero. Oh, can he get onto this? And the play for a throw. And it's Toro. He's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Matches Cunha. Shaw delivers. Romero gets it away. It's gone out for a throw-in. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Played in by Mazraoui. Colomwani. Danso. Danso shifted upfield. Bissouma. Bissouma, gently done. It's a throw. And it's Bissouma. And here's Colomwani!
Colomwani has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
Maguire. Shaw. Maguire chooses to go cross-field. Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Bissouma concedes a free kick for that. Romero with the clearance. And it's Mazraoui. Mazraoui drives forward on the overlap. So who's he picking out? Deflected behind for a corner kick. And that has been cleared. Matheus Cunha, very nicely done. Bruno Fernandes. Shaw, now here's the delivery. Kudus. Now it's Colomwani. And it's Udogi. Good play on the left-hand side here. De Ligt gets it clear. And that's been won straight back. Played towards the other side. Pedro Porro. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, for me, Peter, I think it's all too pedestrian and slow. They need a large injection of purpose now.
Ugarte. Matheus Cunha. Out to the left it goes. Great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Romero. João Palhinha. Kudus. Pedro Porro. João Palhinha. Brennan Johnson proves too strong. Mazraoui. And it's played forward. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Now it's Colomwani. Johnson. And it's Porro. Muscular approach does pay off here. Yeah, he's fouled him there. A real chance and a real Sandro Martinez. Forwards and with intent. And reclaimed it in a trice. De Ligt. Maguire. Shaw, head over towards the opposite flank. Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha, spread out to the left. That defending is unapologetically persistent, it's almost personal. And it had to be.
Sure, really needed to be much faster then, much more decisive.
Udogi. Kudus. Oh, it's Johnson. It's a cute ball. Pedro Porro looking to run onto it. He's onto it in a flash. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Matheus Cunha. Pings it across. Udogi with the clearance. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
That's really well manoeuvred. Did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Romero. Udogi. Kudus. Pedro Porro. Brennan Johnson. And here's Kudus. That's tidy. João Palhinha.
He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
We're already back up and running off. And he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, he knows very well that he is already walking a tightrope. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, with him already been on a yellow, he should know much better than that.
No, that's too long. Nasraoui. Ugarte. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. That has been knocked clear. The referee's given a throw. Here, out to the right. Nasraoui puts the ball in. That's the throw. Bruno Fernandes. Lovely bit of skill. That was very necessary. Ugarte. The referee referee's awarded a free kick. That was travelling. Bissouma. Romero. João aim forwards. Bissouma. Brennan Johnson. Bissouma. Oh, good spread. Has crossed into the middle. Masraoui gets it without sophistication. Danso. Now who's going to be first to this? Talinia, and it's lofted through here. Talinia unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Maguire, gently done. Oh, good spread. Danso is there, and he can get that clear. And it's Masraoui. Bruno Fernandes. In into the middle. Keeper's gone with that. Goes for a shot! Sandro Martinez, who's short. Masraoui. Out towards the flank. He's having a shot! That would have been some goal.
Sure, he is very disappointed, but at least his boss is applauding him for his efforts. That's the kind of attacking endeavour they need. João Palhinha. Kudus. João Palhinha. Playing cross-field, changing the point of attack. Bruno Fernandes. Masraoui. Martinez. Good work on the right flank here. Lisandro Martinez, forwards and with intent. He's offering some sort of an apology there. Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the task, Peter, did he?
Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Masraoui, delicately. And he's there to clear it. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Bissouma. João Palhinha. Johnson. It's Toro. João Palhinha. Johnson. João Palhinha. Udogi looking here to chip it through. Well read. The danger is averted. Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Shaw. Head over towards the opposite flank. Played out wide. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, sweet feet. Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes. Nice control. Played in by Mazraoui. Kudus. Johnson. Pedro Porro. Romero. Pedro Porro. Bissouma. And it's Kudus. And here's Colomwani. Casemiro did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Shaw. Danger averted for now. Lobbed in behind. And that has been cleared. Climbs up big! And that's caused a worry or two.
Casemiro certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
João Palhinha. Played towards the other side. Pedro Porro. And it's Porro. And here's Johnson. Johnson's cross. Ugarte attempts a clearance. Martinez. Mazraoui. And it's played forward. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Van de Ven. Bissouma. Kudus. Ugarte. Shaw chooses to go cross-field. Mazraoui. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Hoisted in. He's cut it out. Kudus. João Palhinha. And it's Kudus. Udogi. Bissouma. Johnson. Gets it away. Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui. Martinez. Bruno Fernandes. Now he's off and running. João Palhinha. Brennan Johnson. Pedro Porro. Johnson. Pedro Porro. Johnson's cross. Firmly met. will be a throw. Plenty waiting in the middle. Udogi, back when it goes. Out towards the flank. Brennan Johnson. And here's Kudus. And he's been booked for simulation.
Correctly so, Peter. It's an element of the game we just can do without.
Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Danso. Bissouma. Udogi. Kudus. Now it's Kolo Muani. Matheus Cunha. Maguire. De Ligt. Matheus Cunha. Casemiro forwards and with intent. Kudus. And here's Kolo Muani. And it's Kudus. Played out to the right. He's found some space. He's in a great position here. Kudus!
Great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Want to throw in. Showing good feet. Brennan Johnson. João Palhinha. Can he finish? Big relief, it just needed better contact.
João Palhinha probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Shaw. Maguire. Looks to the other side. Van der Ven does really well to win the ball there. Kudus. Van der Ven. Pedro Porro. Johnson. And here's Kolo Muani. Out to the right. Takes a shot! Oh, that is not the way with... Manchester United needing a change of fortune here. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Aim forwards. Matheus Cunha. Probing pass. João Palhinha. Danso. And it's Porro. Johnson. Pedro Porro picks it up now. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, if you dwell on it for that long, that's what happens.
Mazraoui. Can he get onto this? That's a throw. And it's Mazraoui. Lovely feet. Ball swung in. It's a clearance, but not much of one. Deftly away. Mathias Cunha. Manchester United have a free kick.
Was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
João Palhinha. Kudus. João Palhinha. Udogi. João Palhinha. Pedro Porro. Bissouma. João Palhinha. Kudus. Mazraoui gets it clear. And it's Udogi. That defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. It had to be. Van de Ven. João Palhinha. And here's Colomwani. João Palhinha. Bissouma. Johnson. And here's Colomwani. Colomwani! Mathias Cunha. Van de Ven makes the interception. And it's Kudus. João Palhinha. Kudus.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about it.
Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Well, this defence now knows that they have to reduce his movement.
It's a mighty effort!
He will be living with himself.
Udogi. Bissouma. Kudus. Bruno Fernandes. Martinez. Maguire. Ugarte. Shaw. And he goes cross-field. Mazraoui. Playing towards the other side. Mazraoui. Ugarte. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Comes under pressure and it's come loose.
Bruno Fernandes really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's Colomwani. Udogi. Brennan Johnson. Pedro Porro. Just about up to the hour now. Bissouma laid into space. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Matheus Cunha. And it's Shaw. That's good play. Casemiro. It's gone for a throw-in. Matheus Cunha. That's very neat. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. Over to the left. Time to deliver. Looking to go deep. Tries to get it clear. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, shooting chance! Alcalilla. Kudus. Bissouma. Romero. Alcalilla. Ugarte producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Pedro Porro. And it's Kudus. He can get that clear. Moved on forwards. Joao Palhinha. Nice physical challenge. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That's Rawi. Bruno Fernandes. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Udogi. Danso. Udogi. Joao Palhinha. And it's Kudus. Pedro Porro. Bissouma. That's clear cut. It's a free kick. Ugarte gets his final warning.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. Shaw. Pedro Porro. Johnson. Bissouma. Joao Palhinha. Palhinha gently down. And that is out of play. Kudus. And that's aimed into the middle. That That is good defending. It's been repelled. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, gently done. And it's Bissouma. Colomboani. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Martinez. Bruno Fernandes. Shaw chasing after it. Shaw. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Now the ball in. Brilliantly cut out. Oh, it's come loose. Pedro Porro getting this one clear. And it's Ugarte. Nice looking ball. It's a throw-in. Shaw. Well cut out. No margin for error there at all. And it's Casemiro. Casemiro. Corner. Defending, but that'll do. Colomboani is steaming forward. Now it's Johnson. Now it's Kudus. Kudus. And here's Johnson. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Ugarte. Casemiro. Shaw. Maguire. Matheus Cunha. Ugarte. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Great defending, strong and determined. The defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, the lethargy in their play isn't a great look, and it was very evident on that occasion.
That's really well manoeuvred. And that's put paid to a promising move. Maguire shifted upfield. Shaw. Playing cross-field, changing the point of attack. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Mazraoui. Udogie wins the duel this time. João Palhinha. Pedro Porro. Johnson. Romero. Johnson. Johnson. Now it's Colomboani. Bissouma. And there's the shot! And for a moment, time stood still.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
Ugarte. Maguire. And it's played forward. And there's green grass ahead of him. There's no flag. Matheus Cunha's cross. Bruno Fernandes. Is the shot on? Palhinha aim forwards. Brennan Johnson. Pedro Porro. Here's Johnson. Kudus. Martinez. Mazraoui. Martinez. Lisandro Martinez chooses to go cross-field. Great defending, strong and determined. Shaw is fouled. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Well, he's asking for trouble, Peter, and with this urge to nibble away, I think the ref is spelling it out for him now.
And he's there to clear it. Bissouma, Kolomuani, and it's Porro. He's free, he has got space. De Ligt forwards and with intent. Pedro Porro. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Casemiro, Martinez, Mazraoui, Casemiro played over towards the opposite flank. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Now it's Kolomuani. Shoots!
Yeah, that's a decent try when you consider the range.
Martinez. Mazraoui. That's really well manoeuvred. Kudus. Pedro Porro. Bissouma, Van der Vaart, moved on forwards. And here's Kolomuani, and it's Udogi. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Casemiro, Matheus Cunha. Bissouma does really well to win the ball there. Johnson. Pedro Porro. Bissouma. Pedro Porro. Johnson. And it's Kudus. And here's Kovic. Chance! Shaw gently done.
Well, that was well positioned and well pitched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Ugarte. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Can he latch on to this? That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Lisandro Martinez with the short one. He is just caressing the ball. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Danso. Bissouma. Johnson. Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro carries the ball down the right. Pedro Porro. Johnson. A lot of space ahead of him. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Shaw. Well, they've seen lots of the ball. Time to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. Maguire shifted upfield. Here comes the corner. Carter. He's shooting! Pedro Porro, aim forwards. And here's Colomwani. Colomwani played out towards the right wing. Maguire gets it away. Pedro Porro. Bissouma. João Palhinha. And here's Colomwani. Tries a shot! Cleared away. Oh, lovely feeding is such a good mover. And it's João Palhinha. Najraoui moved on forwards. Casemiro. Martinez lofted upfield. Is a little undercut. Shaw. Matches Cunha. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. They've played it short. Cross. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Casemiro. And it's Mazraoui. Mazraoui puts the ball in. And he's pulled him up for that challenge. Well, you might think he got off lightly, it is just a verbal warning. A fine save.
Absolutely terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
Matches Cunha. Muscular approach does pay off here. Kudus. And it's Kudus. Udogi. And here's Kudus. Kudus laid out to the left flank. That's very neat. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Over to the left. João Palhinha. Maguire gets good distance on it. Pedro Porro. Bissouma. Johnson. Bissouma. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. That pass has been well intercepted. Mathias Cunha. Spread out to the left. And here's Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Bissouma. Johnson looks to get on the end of this. Udogi. Kudus. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And it's Kudus. Udogi. A chance to play it in. Udogi. Up he goes!
Outstanding save to keep that out.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick a spot as well. Proves too strong. Maguire. Casemiro. Shaw. Maguire. Shaw. And it's Masraoui. It's anyone's ball now. That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Masraoui, well, they're labouring their way towards the opposition goal here, Peter, and this needs a much livelier solution.
Shaw looks to the other side. Oh, good spread. So who's he picking out? Delivered across. That was very necessary. Shaw. Played down the flank. And he's there to clear it. And they've got a throw. Koulibaly. Now. Shaw. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Masraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Masraoui. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. And it's played in here. Defending of the Oh, that is asking for trouble. That's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. He's going to go a long way. Masraoui. That is out of play. Well, it's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Mathias Cunha! Well, the ball's come loose here. And he's there to get it away. Masraoui. Martinez. Shaw. Mathias Cunha. Shaw. Now then, the ball's come loose. Shaw. Can he get onto this? Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Johnson. Oh, sweet feet. Basuma. Johnson's cross. De Ligt is there, and he can get that clear. Played into space out wide. Can he deliver? The cross comes in. Shaw. Shaw. Played towards the other side. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Shaw. That's a cute ball. Shaw has over-hitting. It's played forward. Kudus. Too much pressure, and he's lost the ball. Ugarte. Mazraoui. Oh, well measured. And it's Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Johnson. Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro forwards and with intent. Mazraoui. Out to the left it goes. It's Bruno Fernandes. Alinia does really well to win the ball there. Pedro Porro. Succumbs to the pressure. Shaw. And it goes cross-field. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. Mazraoui. Thinks one through. Romero tries to clear. Tries to get it clear. Udogi. João Palhinha. And it's Kudus. Kudus knocks it out wide. Oh, played through for the wide man. Pedro Porro. Defending of the desperate variety. Casemiro. Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui. Mazraoui chooses to go cross-field. Matheus Cunha, played out to the right. He is just caressing the ball. Casemiro. Mazraoui. Played in by Mazraoui. Basuma. Kudus. Udogi, who's on a run down the left wing. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Maguire getting this one clear. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. João Palhinha. Colomboani. Kudus. Oh, that's a clever looking ball. And it's Kudus. And here's Colomboani. Kudus tries to dink it through.
It was hopeful, to say the least. You need more men inside the box, more movement, otherwise it's pretty much a waste.
Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Punched away. And they've got rid. Pedro Porro. Udogi. Ugarte wins the duel this time. Maguire. That's really well manoeuvred. That is a great pick out. Udogi. João Palhinha. Udogi, that's a delicate pass. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Ugarte. Mazraoui. Martinez. Mazraoui. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Shaw. Maguire. Bissouma, that's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of some danger that was growing. Shaw, over towards the opposite flank. Matheus Cunha. And it's played forward. Oh, that's well done, really robust. And it's Mazraoui. Looking for a decent ball in. Chance to play it in. Proves too strong. Colomboani. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Kudus. Mazraoui. Maguire. Shaw. Now he's got space here. Matheus Cunha. And the men with the clearance. Pedro Porro. Brennan Johnson. João Palhinha. Casemiro did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Shaw. Looks to the other side. Najraoui. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Romero forwards and with intent. Van de Ven. Van de Ven shifted upfield. Pedro Porro. Brennan Johnson. Matheus Cunha. Great defending, strong and determined. Referee's given a throw. That is lovely. Decent chance! Pedro Porro. Bissouma. Johnson. Pedro Porro. Ugarte producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Bruno Fernandes. He's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Great run on the overlap here. He's found the way through, and that's a good intervention. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Casemiro aimed forwards. They're not going to make any further progress now. Van de Ven. Casemiro. Najraoui. And he goes cross-field. And it's Shaw. Shaw going full steam ahead down the left flank. Romero. Bissouma, Kudus, over to the left, Colomboani, Udogi, Najraoui, Bruno Fernandes, gently done, Romero, moved on forwards, aim forwards. It's gone for a throw-in. Bissouma, Kudus, Van de Ven, João Palhinha, Udogi, Danso, forwards and with intent. Here's Colomboani. Matheus Cunha. De Ligt. Maguire. Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. He's in plenty of space here. Matheus Cunha. Bissouma. Kudus, João Palhinha, Danso, João Palhinha, that's really well manoeuvred. Pedro Porro. Nice physical challenge. Matheus Cunha. Maguire. Shaw. Crossfield, changing the point of attack. That'll be a throw. And it Here's Colomwani. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Johnson has another go. Colomwani, and he's following up. Oh, almost a sixth. Martinez, Casemiro, Mazraoui, Lisandro Martinez, shifted upfield. Udogi going full tilt down the left, and he has been fouled there.